What's up, y'all? I'm Billy, and this is Thirsty Therapy. John, are you here today?
I'm chilling. I'm bugging on this new. We're on YouTube today for the first time.
It works. Thank you so much.
It seems to work.
Yeah, you did the work. Thank you for making it happen.
Sure, yeah. I'm excited. We didn't do any advertising about it, but we've had some people contact us that don't know, people who don't know what a Twitch is. So,
right.
Maybe this will give them a new avenue. Doesn't hurt us.
No, not at all. And we had no idea either that. This is now a new option that we have with our OBS or our what is it now? VPN something? No, wait. That's something else. Yeah, but like our OBS, this is now a new option.
Yeah.
Do you like it, Tarts? Thanks for being here. It's nice to see you again. We haven't seen you in a while. We've been off the air for like a month and a half, right?
I was so fixated on the tech, the YouTube setup, that I forgot to say you have a new set. It has been a month and a half.
Yeah, we moved. Again. New set. This one's more permanent. That's why we're taking it to the next level. I want to refine it a little bit more, but this is a good start for just moving in a week and a half ago. I'm happy. And yeah, we're gonna be we're able to show everybody everything. We're not just hiding, able to get one stack's worth of bottles out.
It's a permanent fixture in our home.
Yeah.
What?
And it's helping with work, so I can do the drink development. John, you know.
Yeah. Yes. I came by your place. You experimented on me.
Yeah. In the best way.
It was delicious.
I agree. That was a lot of fun.
Any news to share? Something maybe that you've made public on your Instagram?
Yeah. I've been lucky enough to be hired by Ransom Spirits to develop their signature cocktails for their new bourbon that's coming out. Release party on October 30th. So I get to bartend for it. Everybody's got to come out. Industry drinks for free. Make sure you come out and try everything that they have. John, you and I have already done a ton of Ransom things before. Time for the races. Off to the races. But you and I have already messed with Ransom. We love their Old Tom Gin, right?
Yes. Yeah. A fantastic line of products. Really, I guess I only knew their Old Tom Gin because that's such a unique style of gin, or they're one of the only people who make it, rather. And then you also got me their upgrade pick of Old Tom Gin, the Geezer, co-developed by David Wondrich. Delicious.
Yeah.
I'm excited to try more of their line.
Yeah, John, you should be. They have a really good Irish whiskey that's fantastic. They have Whippersnapper, which is another whiskey. They have a rye, and now they're finally making their own bourbon, which is, it's really awesome to be a part of. You know how much of a bourbon fan I am, and I love the caramely richness, the tones they get from that oak, and I love the spice blends that you get from the different mashes and all that they can make.
Sorry. Our kids are like...
It's a whole new world. Yeah.
You might hear some doors slamming. And
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even think anybody heard it.
It's probably just us.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Zoe just got upset and slammed her door, but they get to go upstairs now, so they have a new place to roam. They're not totally stuck in our room anymore.
Okay, a new place to go get angry. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't even know if it's angry. These doors are just so loud.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
But, yeah.
Anyway, sorry, John. Thank you so much for bringing it up. So, I want everybody to come out.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to being there. We have a stream scheduled for that same day, if we do every other Saturday. Got to find some other time to stream because we're going to be busy with Ransom. You're going to be busy with Ransom. I'm going to be busy drinking your product.
Heck yeah. And hey, by the way, I didn't know this either about Ransom. You know, you were talking about the things you didn't realize about Ransom. When I was out at their tasting room to pick up the bourbon and kind of discuss how we were going to move forward, I found out that they were making non-alcoholic products. They have an orange, a bitter. In fact, the orange is right here. And John, I'm going to make a couple signature mocktails as well for them. And you know how much I like doing that, so we can actually make it about everybody having great cocktails, whether or not they drink alcohol or not. Let's see. There's that one. Here's the bitter. Kind of like a mix of Campari and Aperol. There's a gin around here. But yeah, I think it's just kind of fun to find out what everybody's working with. And then I am going to make a faux sweet vermouth. Kind of like the one that I made. Actually, this one's going to be rich and red. But John, you remember the one that I made for those?
Hey, wait, can we see those bottles again?
Yeah.
Bree teed up this this second view. Great job on the hands cam. That looks amazing.
Thanks.
This could be.
There it is.
This could be our new outro screen. I feel like.
Yeah. I'm agreeing.
The hands cam.
Yeah, it's perfectly level and yeah.
Yeah, we just put a little message written out in bottles, saying thanks for coming in or something.
Ooh.
It looks really nice.
Thanks for coming. Cheers. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah. Well done, guys.
Thank you.
Sorry, I just wanted to admire the new angle, but right, Ransom, non-alcoholic product.
No, I'm happy that you're digging the new angle. I'm excited to not have to take this down and put it back up every show, and it was fun having that kitchen sink, but it wasn't fun having to have my kitchen on camera with kids and all that stuff all the time. Detailing a kitchen every 2 weeks is it's a lot. I'm way lazier than that.
Yeah, I'm of the mind. So not that I have space, dedicated space for a bar, but say dedicated space for my office. When the office is your couch, your whole personal life and work life kind of blend together, and then maybe you have maybe you get a dedicated office, but then you have a guest stay over. Okay, well you put them in that room, so you have to tear down the office. Now you're back on the couch again. You don't want to reassemble the office, and right. It's just if you can afford the dedicated space for something, you'll do it. But if it's a chore to do the thing, you won't do it.
Right. Exactly. That's perfect.
Work, exercise, streaming.
Right. Everything, all of it. Yeah.
Cooking.
We just had a subscriber. That was so exciting.
Hey, thanks for subscribing.
And we have a zombie.
Oh my gosh, it is that time of year. Thanks for coming to eat my brains.
I thought I said it it's supposed to be a gift box exploding or something, but it's October. We'll take the zombie.
Spooky month.
Zombie spooky month. John, I don't know if you remember, I worked with a girl named Robin. She was a assistant manager. I don't know what the hell you call it.
Assistant to the assistant.
Exactly. Sorry, Dwight. No, but yeah, something like that. Or the floor manager at a furry, and she is Halloween is her favorite time of year. Literally, I swear, every month she's posting is it October yet? And lives always. Everybody always used to tease her about being a vampire because she loves wearing black and always having black hair. So she's been she's finally in heaven, geeking out, and then taking it to a whole new level now. Of I think I saw her just put out some vampire burlesque pictures in blood in a bathtub of blood with some other girl, and I was like, okay, that's you're owning it. Might as well take it. She looked great. Season. It was awesome. Yeah.
Cool.
It was.
Cool.
It was totally it was tasteful. It was awesome, and spooky all at the same time. I was a little scared, but then a little intrigued.
So Billy, can we talk about what we're doing tonight?
Oh yeah, I suppose we should. We should do that.
I'm pretty excited. This category of drink that we're exploring tonight could not be contained in a single episode. We streamed about Negronis several months ago, with just slight tweaks on the classic variation. I want to say just playing with what sweet vermouth is in there and maybe the ratio, maybe a few drops of bitters, but we're kicking it up a notch tonight, right?
Yeah, we're going much more. I mean, we're still sticking to it. That's kind of our epithets, right? I'm the bitter.
We're sticking to the template of a Negroni. There is some debate as to whether these can be Negronis. For example, the first drink tonight doesn't contain any Campari or sweet vermouth, for that matter. Right. I'm sure, Campari Limited or whoever's behind, whoever distills Campari would say, no, you can't have a Negroni without us. Right. But we're doing it.
We're doing it, and they're fantastic. And I'm so glad that the idea of bitter, sweet, and spirit has lent us such a breadth of different flavors. Really, that's the coolest part, is we can still get all these it's that combination that makes a well-balanced drink. And so as long as it's that Mr. Potato Head mentality, I think that we've talked about before, that a lot of people cite right. The way they make drinks. And that's like taking out one part and replacing it with a like spirit or a like vermouth or something of the sort. So yeah, I'm geeked that we're going, especially where we're going. We're taking these a little bit different, and the only one that's like even partially familiar probably for most people is going to be the Shaken, in its flavor profile. Do you agree?
So I was just reading the chat.
Oh, my chat's not updating. All I see is tarts.
Benjineer's over in YouTube. We gotta figure out.
Whoa! All right.
How to get this on there?
What's up, Benjineer?
He says he's always shaking now. Always shaking a margarita, right?
Don't only shake.
Well,
we're gonna stir a couple drinks, and we're gonna shake one. There's times for both.
Yeah. And I will say, I don't know what Benjineer is saying right now because I can't see it, but I will say that the Mezcal Negroni in particular is going to be one that I do not like. I could be very confident that you're probably not going to get the same flavor that you want to out of this. Like if you were to shake the Mezcal Negroni. It's just the pure aromatics of that particular product that changes when it... Yeah. I don't know if you want that scotchy finish on the end of it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Italian.
Cool. Stirred, shaken, stirred. And I bet... I don't know who would throw a fit, but that we're shaking a Negroni at all, the second one. Yeah. I bet someone would throw a fit about that too. I don't know who. Right. But we're going to do it. And you created this recipe, Billy, and it is really true. It's delicious, and it's true to the spirit of the Negroni.
Thanks. I'm glad you liked it so much, John. We were talking about it, and I'm so glad it turned out. And this is actually, I'm trying it on air for the first time tonight. John and I were just kind of talking about it, and I spitballed him a recipe.
And yeah, I think you'll like it.
I'm excited.
By the way, it was inspired by... Another thing that inspired this episode was recent Negroni week, where restaurants around town try their... try to do a kind of a wild interpretation or a new interpretation, a riff on Negronis. Every restaurant's doing it. It goes to a good cause. And we didn't stream during that week, but that was inspiring. And then I went to New York City, which is one of the reasons that we didn't stream a couple weeks ago, and had some interesting Negroni variations there. So it's like let's do this episode. Let's stir, let's shake.
Yeah, I'm excited. We are.
Let's omit Campari. Oh my goodness.
I think it's a great transition for this time of year too, John. We're talking about heavier foods. We need more digestives. more winter flavors, and then the transition into the particular Negronis that we're making tonight. We have the one with the classic flavors. It's still a good transition. Remember, you're drinking these usually before you start eating every night, and they will help you digest things. It really does work. They've been around for hundreds of years for that reason.
Oh, it's the ultimate prep cocktail. Like as you're cooking, I think you taught me that.
Yeah, and in fact, scientifically, they've studied it, and they've seen that it actually helps you salivate, and your digestive juices kind of start getting going. So by the time you're ready to eat, your body's kind of primed to be able to take that on, especially the heavy foods of where it was created in Italy. So, I mean, I think that makes sense. And especially, we're taking that now to a whole new level, especially with the Moletti we got going on there, and the Rossetti di Bergamot. That's creating a whole new, deeper, richer flavor. And then we have the Mezcal along with the Aperol, and those are creating a new, deeper, smokier, warmer flavor with a little more caramel that you get from the back end of that Mezcal. Yeah, I think it's I think it makes sense that we're doing this show for this particular time of year.
I'm salivating for the salivating.
Perfect.
Should we get started?
Let's get started. Yeah. In fact, I just realized that I forgot two things. One I don't need right this second, but the other is my Yari. So I'm just going to use one of these big old glasses for stirring today.
You need me to get it, or?
Yeah. We'll get it all the things figured out by the end. Right, John? Like, the next couple episodes we'll get everything figured out. I'll know where everything is.
No one will know.
Right? I may be searching. No one will know. No one will know. All right, so let's get started. And what do you say I don't think that we need to do these in the order that we've talked about before, John, which is starting with the Campari and letting it kind of mellow, hitting the ice. I think these are going to be a little bit different. We're getting our sweet from a different place. The Moletti's a little bit sweet, so let's go ahead and just start with our gin.
Yeah, nothing here is as crazy as Campari.
Right.
In terms of standalone flavor.
What gin are you going to use tonight?
I've got Aria gin.
Nice. Me too. I thought so. It was around here somewhere. There we go.
I was thinking of using it for the next one as well. Are you going to change it up, or I'm just strategizing?
That could be great. Is that what you used the last time when you practiced?
Yes.
Well, then we might as well stick with it. In my mind, at first, I was like, maybe it should be a Navy strength because we're shaking it and like getting that air in there. But nah, let's stick with the flavor. I want to know what you tasted that you liked, that made you like it so much.
All right, it's Portland Aria night.
Sweet. And we forgot to let Tim know. Maybe Tim's here tonight, but we totally forgot to let him know. He's probably working. That we're doing his variation of the last Mezcal Negroni, the last cocktail.
Oh yeah, the final cocktail is a credit to Mr. Ferris Wilkin.
That's right.
AKA Tim.
Thank you, sir, for turning us on to your work. Sorry, that sounded weird. All right, so next up, we're going to go Moletti. We're going to go 1 whole ounce. Make sure you're hitting that meniscus. You want to see it shake. And then drop it in.
Let's see. Can we see that bottle?
Oh my God, yes. I keep forgetting I don't have a place to show these things in the same way, and I can't see. So where are we at? Ooh, look at that. There you go. And we still got room to stir. Man, these are some good camera angles. Like it. All right. The Italicus.
Oh wow! I gotta rewind to the gin. I forgot it was a 1.5 ounce.
Ooh, need that extra half ounce?
Yeah. I started just making a regular Negroni.
It's easy to do that 1-1-1, right? You get it drilled into your head. I remember I offended somebody when I said that it kind of depended on the guest when it came to a Negroni, because I have been willing to make stronger Negronis for guests if they want to have a little bit more, you know, of the gin forward, especially when we're using like really botanical gins. But I know that is not the true now.
Yeah.
I got the right verbiage to say both, you know, as opposed to like just being like, well, why wouldn't you just make it the way your guest wants? Right, you and I have discussed that. Sometimes it's a like 1.5 to 3/4. I mean, not the true. The true should be what it is. But all right, so make sure you grab your ice. I got this great new freezer here and fridge, which we will be changing. I'll change the direction of the doors here in just a little bit, so we can open it up. Go ahead. You can't even see it. Oh, there we go. John, are we gonna ice this one down at the end?
Yes.
Leave it. I mean, yeah, put it on ice.
Yeah, I was gonna ask BFC or I love my Negronis over BFCs in general, but I could go any way with this one.
Well, I in my transition am missing some of my. I think we should be good. I'm missing some of my molds, so I am gonna have to. I only have one BFC tonight. It's a round globe.
I feel like gotta save that for the mezcal. For the finisher.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Damn, you're good.
Okay.
Is low ABV like a regular Negroni.
This low ABV like a regular Negroni. Yeah, that's true. A regular Negroni is. Damn it. That's why I always use Navy strength gin, I guess.
Is that like a?
Yeah, this one should be. Let's see, the Italicus is only 20%. I'm just gonna do 3 cubes. Let's see, what's the Moletti? It's probably only like 30. Let's get this poured out before I let it over dilute.
Well, they could just showed up in the chat.
Who is it? Booty Abby! I owe you a text.
Or 12.
Well, 12 for sure, but I didn't even reply to that last. I have it. I didn't even actually have. I have it as unread, so that I like still have it in my thing. So I text you back. Yeah, I'm awful about that. It's kind of seeming like we don't know what the hell we're doing in life, but it is great to see you. What do you think? We got a new set.
That's what she said.
We gotta have you over to the new house.
Loving the new setup.
Oh, thank you. Sorry, I'm even trying to get all my new spots ready. Ooh, I gotta get a lemon. Ooh, I don't have. See, we're just pulling it all out as we go. I don't even have a peeler. Good thing I got my to-go bag here. All right, let's see.
Oh yeah, we got lemon peel on this one, right?
Yeah, we gotta do a lemon peel. Uniebi, how the heck are you? Should you just pop on for a second?
I don't know.
Give a little love.
It's here anymore.
So yeah, this one will be, back to Tartart's question, this one absolutely will be a lower ABV because, well, actually no. We're using 1.5 out of 80%, or at 40%. So, at 80 proof. Oh, 45, 90 proof. And that's the majority of our liquor. And I never got the full, 32% of the Moletti. So, no, I don't think it is. That is a fantastic question, by the way. Sorry that it took me so long and I fumbled to get it answered. John, you got a pretty peel yet? Are you doing orange or lemon? Lemon, right?
Lemon for this one. I think I've tried it both ways, trying to remember what the restaurant did.
Oh yeah, that's right. Remind me where you had this again. This was in New York, right?
Yes, in Little Italy. An unassuming but well-rated Little Italy spot, with the red and white checkered tablecloths. They had a Amari tasting menu, and they had this drink that they called the Italian Negroni, which I thought was odd that it contained, it's Italian and yet it is so distinct from a classic Negroni, no Campari, no sweet vermouth. And I just had a good time there, and it was just so kind of what a fun variation I got.
That's awesome. I love how we can be inspired by these like seemingly small like feats. All of a sudden you're like, wow, thank you so much for taking me just to a different direction.
Now I will say that this one is noticeably sweeter than a classic Negroni. That might be part of the reason that stuck with me. I like sweet.
Yes, you do. You are John the Sweet. And let's be honest, I am bitter.
You got that alliteration going.
We can't wait to show you the new house. It only happens sometimes though. Oh good, we're so glad you're doing good. I'm not, I'm just keep smelling it. I'm having a hard time not drinking without John. Oh wait, that's why I have this one. I got a little G&T to start the night. I don't know why, but I felt like, why not? Haven't had it in forever. Ooh, nice. Bengineer, I'm trying to keep up with everything. Roku and Gunpowder Irish. What the? How did I miss first two gin and tonics? Oh. Wow.
We're debating different gins on YouTube.
Yeah, Roku I'm with. The Gunpowder Irish, I feel like I've just seen that recently. Oh, you're right. Okay, so on YouTube we're looking at Bengineer was saying, John had asked what are your first two gin tonic gins? And Bengineer's answer was Roku and Gunpowder Irish. Roku obviously is from Suntory, and it's from Suntory. Yeah, that was snotty. It's a Japanese gin.
Not obvious.
And Gunpowder is an Irish that I've heard of, but I don't think I've tasted it. But I'm curious. If it's anything like Gunpowder tea, I'm like, there's not a lot of flavors that are overpowering for me, but that seems to be one. I would change them if it were a Negroni, depending on what I wanted to taste. Bengineer.
Are you guys ready? Are you guys?
Oh, I'm ready. John, are you ready?
You ready?
This smells so good.
Oh yeah.
Nice and sweet. Cheers.
Cheers.
Wow. The viscosity from that bergamot.
This is what I had.
It's floral from that bergamotto as well. And the Maletti mix. Huh. That's awesome. It's way sweeter than I was expecting. But it finishes, because of the aria, I'm guessing, with a little bit of dry bitterness from the Maletti then. But it's so sweet at the beginning. Here, you gotta have a taste.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, to me, I follow the cocktail codex theory of there being 6 different kinds of cocktails, and I have my own personal theory that there's a 7th kind, which is the Negroni. This even split of 3 ingredients, and this drink lands somewhere between a classic Negroni and a Manhattan, which is pretty sweet.
Ah, okay. I feel
the 2 ingredient Manhattan versus this 3 ingredient, but sweeter ingredients.
Right.
So, is it still a Negroni?
It doesn't taste like a Negroni to me.
Doesn't taste like a
Like
Negroni
I would,
to you?
if somebody gave me that drink, I'd be like, "What is this?"
Would you be like, "This is good," but you wouldn't
Yeah,
be like, you'd be like, "Oh, that's a good
But I mean,
drink."
like, I
And
also
somebody would be
like
like, "It's a Negroni," and you'd be like, "No, it's not." Like that.
I don't know if I say no, it's not because I don't feel like I know enough, but I'd be
Yeah.
like, It doesn't taste like a
You'd be like,
I mean,
really?
like, I
You'd
get
call
it.
me up and you'd be like, they're calling this thing a Negroni, and here's what's in it. Is this a Negroni? Miriam and I can't figure it out. This does not sound right.
Sounds right.
Right? That would. Well, I beg to differ only on the bitter, lingering bitter exit. And that, I think it meets the parameters when I take them in general. And again, John, I'm not a 1-1-1 only when it comes to a Negroni, and maybe that's why, like, I bastardize everything when it comes to that stuff, because I'm willing to just be like, let's make it stronger today. Let's make it less strong. And let's be honest. What's the difference if we made? There's a big difference if we made a 1-1-1 Negroni with Navy strength as opposed to regular gin, too.
Sure.
Isn't that already out of whack?
Or Carpano instead of Martini Rossi. Or Koki.
Perfect example. Well done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the white Negroni. You know what I mean? What if you're doing the white Negroni with Suze? And they still consider that a Negroni, right?
Look at Dark Tarts.
What? Just looked it
Yeah,
up.
I was just thinking that tarts about the...
As a martini. Huh. And a martini being vermouth, bitters, and... Well, because the martini we learned was supposed to be orange bitters, vermouth, and gin, right? Originally.
Yeah, so it's like spirit, aromatized wine, and bitters, and it ends there. There's no third a liquid ingredient typically.
I can see that.
I think Negroni should be its own thing because it's 3.
Ah. But that all,
I feel like Cocktail Codex like figured this whole thing out about these 6 types, and they were like, shoot, where do we put the Negroni?
It's like an afterthought.
Yeah, maybe. Although I feel like as much as you and I think about drinks, the folks who came up with Cocktail Codex probably think about drinks and formulas much more.
I shouldn't make fun of them too much. They've thought about this quite a bit.
Right.
They literally wrote the book on it, and here I am just shooting holes, shooting
I can
holes at
see
the
them
window.
literally fighting over the Negroni for it probably took them 3 months just to fucking figure out where it was gonna fall then in the Cocktail Codex. I had hours of drunken, slanderous
Right.
words. Terrible.
Right.
Probably still people not talking.
Right. The 2 authors made $1 million. Like it's $200 million off it equally, and like don't ever talk again.
Yeah. It's the Negroni.
Thanks, that son of a bitch. Right? Best day of my life, that motherfucker.
They split off into 2 tribes. One of them called the Negroni. It's like all the shows were like,
Oh my god!
battling.
Suddenly there's a new Jesus,
Battling
all
Game of
based
Thrones.
around. Right? I was just gonna. Suddenly there's a new Messiah based on Negroni or or Martini. Sorry,
I love it.
I take the Rick and Morty approach to how the world develops.
Oh man, I loved telling you the origin story of the Negroni on the last stream. I think I clipped your response here on Twitch. Rather, your response was, "So it was just some asshole named Negroni."
Thank you for reminding me. I did not remember.
Because there's debate as to whether he was actually a Count
That's
Negroni,
right.
or was he just he knew a guy who was
Who
third
knew a
cousins with who was a Count.
He was supposed to be a really important guy, he told everybody, right? That's okay. It's coming back to me. It's like that guest you haven't seen for like 2 years, and all of a sudden you start talking and you're like, oh my god, we talked for 6 hours. I do remember you. Yeah, that fucking Count.
Speaking of, Negroni was in the news this week. A celebrity published it was in like a magazine, kind of like Imbibe or something. Neil Patrick Harris wrote an article about the Negroni and why you should customize it. Kind of like we're doing here right now.
Why you shouldn't
he talks about
customize it?
Well, you should.
Oh, okay, thank you.
You should start with the basics, the three, the spirit, the bitter, the aromatized wine. I forget how he worded it, but he really recaps the the supposed invention of the Negroni and how even like the garnish changed to distinguish it from the Americano. I thought it was a great introduction. It was really cool to NPH to introduce that. Hopefully make the Negroni even more widely known.
Yeah, we're fans of NPH. Stanley Tucci did something. A couple weeks ago too. I think I heard that over and over again about how he did a cocktail on there, or he was involved with something.
He's a Negroni fan.
All I keep thinking in the back of my head is the people are just there's them Hollywood elites out there ruining our cocktails, telling us how to drink. Going back to one. I'm just kidding. Sorry, I was just trying to be funny. My bad. Sorry, everybody. If I hurt anybody's feelings out there, I'll give you a hug, Muffin. I think that Negronis should be as widespread as NPH, to be perfectly honest with John. Because again, like I said, I don't think I like mine with Navy strength. You know what I mean? It was just like our martinis. Remember those guests that I had I made their particular Negroni, in fact, on purpose. And because they loved it better. So I like the idea of having a template and a little bit of a liberal swath, if you will, of able to spread that around. I want to be able to change it, still having the heart of the cocktail in mind. That being said, though, I don't want every cocktail to that has Campari in it to be considered a Negroni.
Interesting. Have you seen this violated?
I had a cocktail at a Furi that I had. It was a Doug Fir infused sake cocktail that had maple and gin, but I really wanted just a little bit of bitter, and I wanted to accentuate the bitter of the pine needles. So I added a little bit of Campari. Well, I tried several things. Campari happened to be the thing that worked. It also gave a nice huge...
Like a quarter ounce of Campari?
Like a half ounce of Campari, yeah. Exactly.
Half ounce, okay.
Oh, and then sage. There was also sage in it as well, right? Just a little bit of fresh sage slapped on a BFC. When it was presented to you, it kind of looked like a tree on there. It smelled great, nice and aromatic, but it was more of a herbal, like the herbal cocktail that I was trying to make, less of that. And everybody was just like, oh yeah, it's like a Negroni, right? Because there's gin and Campari in it. And you're like, but there's fucking maple syrup and sake in it too. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't think that it has to be just because it has gin and Campari in it. So those are my, I want to be able to use, just like we're doing here, I want to be able to use each one of the items, the individual ingredients that I have on hand or that I'm given or that I seek out to kind of add to the picture that we're trying to paint, add to that, the flavor that we're trying to combine together. Yeah, so sometimes it's going to take Campari, and god damn it, that doesn't make it a Negroni. And perfect example, by the way, I will say this. Here's Peychaud's Aperitivo, which was made based off of Dr. Peychaud's bitters that were made a long time ago in New Orleans. 1890s, believe. Help me out. You want to fact check me?
What are we talking about?
Peychaud's bitters.
I got this.
He made it for his. It was a drugstore. He made it for his drugstore clients. Mixed it with soda water.
And now it's in classic cocktails like the Bouquet and the Sazerac. Well, what's the taller bottle? Is that new?
No, it's not that new actually. It's their Aperitivo from Peychaud's, but less another red bittering agent, just like we have our Aperol. Oh, sorry. Our Cascadia, our Aperol. You know, we have all these things that are bittering agents here. that, like, is it still a Negroni if you use the Peychaud's Aperitivo? Of course it should be. Right? And this one tastes much more like Peychaud's bitters than Campari necessarily. But yeah, I think there's too many. This one's a white one. This one's made here from New Deal, or a clear one. A lot of gentian.
I don't think I see that bottle all over the place. I haven't had it.
I am a fan. I have a sake cocktail that I make with this.
Gentian, you say?
I do. It's got, look at those beautiful gentian flowers on the outside, in fact.
I think we have a gentian fan in the audience.
What? Well, if you're a fan of most bittering agents, there's usually, that's like one of the most common. And pretty clean for its flavor, what it ends up giving you. Thanks for this introduction to the sweet Italian, though, John. It's tasty.
Yeah, it's delicious.
You're welcome. Yeah, it was a fun one. And then after I had this, they had Amaro selections on the drink menu. So I tried a little flight and tried some new ones that I had never tasted before, and made a purchase actually based on it. I knew my next Amaro after Maletti tonight. After we capped off, I'm almost through all the Maletti, which is a great choice. Great Amaro for people to buy out. That's readily available. But I had to go a little bit smokier for my next purchase, this Amaro del Etna.
I'm excited to try that.
Yeah, in fact, I tried it in this cocktail. I think the Maletti is better. The smokiness of this Amaro takes over. Even if you want it less sweet, because this is still sweet. So, I don't know, it just kind of muddies things. Maletti, I see why they did this drink with Maletti. But yeah, maybe I'll come up with a cocktail we can use this Amaro in. It's a good one.
Heck yeah.
I'll share some with you.
Please, yeah. I mean, and to have like a smoky, does it still have that, is it a mintier Amaro outside of the smokiness? Or is it?
No, I would not say minty. Like not toward Fernet at all.
Okay.
It's close to Maletti, but darker in color and smokier in flavor.
Okay. I'm curious. That does sound cool. Gonna dive into push that even further.
Reminds me of Sfumato. Have you come across that one? Sfumato.
No.
That is one that I always think of as smoky. I remember the bartender who first introduced me to that said, he's from Italy. He said, you need to try this one last. Drink all the other Amari first, Sfumato last, because it'll ruin the rest of your night. And, it'll ruin your taste buds for the rest of the night. And I got to it. I'm like, that was the best one. Why'd you make me wait for that one?
Because he wanted you to be able to taste all the other ones. I would do the same thing when it came to sake. I'm always going to start you with the softest, most mild flavored sake, and then we'll build from there to create an experience for you, or to try and you something. Because if I start you with the bold ones, the other ones are going to taste like water or almost nothing by the time we get to them. So he was a smart man, smart person, smart bartender.
Daniele over at Nostrano. Can't wait for their bar to reopen.
Oh, nice. Man, so many great places. I can't wait for their bars to reopen.
Yes.
Do you want some more?
Let's go, Portland.
Let's go, everybody. Let's get on the.
Let's go humanity.
Let's go humanity. Let's get back. Let's
go humanity.
John, it sounds like you had a great experience though with humanity for the most part, and traveling and making it through, and people being on the what do you call it? On the better side of dealing with restrictions when it comes to, like, it seems like you were in some safe situations on your travels. Yeah,
New York City was cool to experience. It's interesting. And I was also in Denver, and all three cities, Portland included, all three cities I've been in lately treat the pandemic differently. Like the seriousness as far as masking and or checking vaccine cards. So in New York City, everybody checked them. Every business where you were going to stay indoors, like sit down at a restaurant or sit down in a theater, you had to have proof of vaccination. They checked that your name on the card matches your ID name. They were serious about it. That was kind of nice, actually. It was kind of a relief being indoors with a bunch of vaccinated people.
Yeah, I can see how that'd make it a little bit easier. And you guys were all masked throughout the show too?
Throughout, I saw Hamilton. Yeah, and you had to wear a mask.
Oh, sorry, and I just like popped that. Is that okay? My bad. Just kind of popped that on.
That's okay.
Okay.
That's okay. I think we talked about it.
But our viewers don't
I thought we talked about it on the last stream.
That's right.
Oh, that's
you went to see Hamilton.
I think we talked about it last stream, and Hamilton was great. But yeah, you were wearing masks the entire time indoors. Restaurants, though, pretty much as soon as you get to the table, guests take their mask off. But again, they were checked for their vaccine status at the door.
Not right. And that does give you a little bit a different sense of calm, I guess, or a little bit.
Yeah. It's interesting because here in Portland, that is not as up to businesses to enforce. That is not a city or state requirement.
Right.
But I feel like people here in Portland in general just wear masks more often anyway.
Yeah.
I do too.
Interesting cultural differences.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of get like that too. Like our daughter just is like, yeah, I'd rather. I'm like, oh, you don't have to right now. Nope, it's just easy. I just want to. And just keeps hers on like all the time and can handle it like it's like it's
not
nothing.
while we're at home. She's not.
No, not while we're at home. But like anytime we're out, she's just like, no, I'll just have it on. I just see that in a general sense of people like, no, this is just something easy that makes me feel a little bit better. I'm gonna do it.
It's become like second nature. I think I feel like.
Yeah, although the other day I felt so hectic through moving and everything that like I left the house twice, and good thing I always have like a stash of masks in my car, but I like left the house twice, not even think, and I'm like, oh, fuck, I didn't even think about.
Yeah.
Nope. Wallet. What was the old keys?
I don't know.
Keys, wallet, cell phone.
Yeah, thank you.
That's a thing.
Yeah, there used to be a thing that was something else, but
Keys, wallet, cell phone. I picture Kinderlift saying that.
really? Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Oh, we're gonna have a shout out to Kinderlift later on in the episode. We'll get to that.
Okay. You want to wait for that?
Yeah. On to the next drink.
On to the next drink. Let's get to shaking.
Shaking. What?
Just for Bengineer. So, we're going to come up with... Now, this was inspired by the trip as well. And you had a few great shaken Negronis, right?
Yes, they kept coming up on the trip in various approaches. And I wondered why I hadn't had that before. Let's have that on the stream. And actually, what you did, to my memory of the drinks that I had on the trip, you Billy kind of created the truest one to a Negroni, because when I saw this drink, when I sipped it, I expected it to be sweet, kind of like a whiskey sour with egg white, foamy, and I expected a certain taste, even though I knew there was going to be Campari and bitter in it. But you kept it. You kept it bitter and true to the classic Negroni. So this is a cool drink we're gonna make.
Thanks, I'm so excited. I gotta step off camera for like, I don't know, 20 seconds. I'm gonna grab something real quick. Gotta grab that egg. I wasn't prepared. I'm prepared. Say something funny.
Something funny.
Yay!
Well, something funny. I just realized I meant to squeeze some orange juice beforehand.
I didn't either. Let's do a variation. Let's do a
Drop.
a sideways. Yeah, squeeze and drop then.
Yeah. Show me how, because whenever I squeeze oranges by hand, it makes a mess.
Ooh, we'll do that then. I'm grabbing that egg white real quick, and I'll be right there.
John, you have a question?
Well, I'm taking some orange peels.
What was your What was your favorite bar in New York, John?
To be honest, well, okay, so I really enjoyed Ruby Rosa that showed me it wasn't a bar per se, it was more of a Little Italy, fried calamari there kind of restaurant. And that's where I learned the first drink. That was the drink that impressed me the most. Bars? I gotta say, I don't want to name names because I went to several bars and the whole time I thought, I can get this in Portland. I can get better than this in Portland.
Huh.
So I was kind of glad to come back.
Interesting.
Oh yeah.
Even though my last trip to New York 8 years ago, I just thought, oh, man, food and drink Mecca. I was so excited to just, such a high density of food and drink there. And it's like, Portland's got a lot of this. Not all, of course. It's like 80%. There's a lot of niche cuisines and I was gonna say niche food that you can get in New York that you don't have here. But cocktail wise, Portland's just as good, if not better.
I love hearing
Also,
that.
we're America's pizza city,
Right.
according to who was that? The Wall Street Journal.
Yeah, it was.
Was it the Wall Street Journal or was it like
New?
New York Times or something?
It was
Something
like
blasphemous.
It wasn't like.
Maybe New York Times wouldn't say that. They couldn't betray their own
It's
city.
like
That's
New
true.
York Times. That's insane.
The Denver Post?
No, it
Just
was
kidding.
like it was somebody like Wall Street Journal.
It was probably Wall Street Journal. All right, so squeeze and drop, John. You got lemon juice, though, right?
That I can hand squeeze. I have a hand squeezer. It's just orange is so awkward.
Well, you can squeeze and drop your lemon if you want, also, to make this work.
No, I can measure that. Let me just get some peels off of it.
All right. So I don't know how big your orange is, but we're gonna end up going in. Losing knives, throwing knives over here. We're gonna end up cutting 2 wedges. Yeah, we'll go 2 full wedges for this one.
So you're talking like 1/8 of an orange?
An eighth.
Or
I'm sorry. Yes,
quarter,
an
a
eighth.
quarter of orange?
1/8 of an orange, or a quarter, but we're gonna go 2/8. So yes, if you want to
Got
skip
it,
it,
2/8.
but
That
I
makes
would
sense.
do 2/8 so that we can do this squeeze and drop technique.
Okay, let me follow your technique. Let me
This
get
is-
some wedges.
This is what happens when I've worked in bars that don't have fresh juice, and it's just a much easier. Sometimes they don't have enough, they're not making enough cocktails to really waste that juice. So I can't really blame them.
Okay, and that's the case here, right? I use tons of lemon and lime for various cocktails, but orange does not come up as much.
Right, exactly. I'm cutting this so awkwardly
Okay.
on camera.
So I got a couple
Okay.
wedges.
Couple eighths, yeah. And I do always like doing slices and eighths. There's a lot of debate about how much juice you get out of each one, but you should be serving fairly balanced cocktails. So you don't necessarily want to give somebody too much rope to hang themselves with, your guests especially. When it comes to giving somebody so much, like a whole quarter of a lemon or a lime, that is enough that can really throw the balance off of your cocktail. Even if somebody really likes things more tart, that can make it bad, where you can do smaller increments, and they can always ask for more if they really, really need it when it comes to that. So when that happens, you get our great wedges. So my orange is a little bit bigger than my lemon, so I know that I'm going to be off on size. So I'm going to cut my orange down just a little bit to kind of change up that variation. We have 2 pretty standard sized lemons, or a quarter of a lemon here. I got one a little bit smaller. I didn't cut this the best, I will admit. But we're just going to do a squeeze right down, pinch the sides together slow enough, and then drop.
Okay.
Remember, we're gonna pulverize the rest of this, John, when we're smashing it with our ice cubes. So the squeeze just to get the membranes popped for the most part, and then we'll smash them up, then just drop that whole thing in. This squeeze and drop technique also allows us, so the downside for some people is that you're gonna get a little bit of the bitter from the pith. I don't mind that. The upside for me is that I'm getting a little bit more of the oil from the skin that's normally left out when we're using just the juice.
So with the lemon, I decided I'm going to follow you. I want to make ours exactly the same. Are you doing 2/8 of a lemon as well?
I am.
Okay.
And since my orange is so much bigger, I'm just taking off, because I'm eyeballing the amount of juice that just came off my other one. So everyone should make their own variation based on what you need. I went ahead and took off a third of this last one, so you can see, and we can still get our squeeze and drop. We're just getting some of that juice out, dropping it in. And again, as soon as we have our ice, and this is why I do this technique when it comes to, I don't do a lot of muddling anymore. And this would be the time to do it. But again, if anybody out there who's like, what, you have all that pith in there right now, that would be the time that I would squeeze more of that bitter pith out, instead of just kind of letting it get bumped up against that ice while the ice smashes the membranes of the actual juice. The little juice teardrops that are in there. I'm sure they have a real name, a scientific term.
Juice niblets.
Yeah, niblets. I love it. I'm excited just hearing that. So we got at least a half an ounce of orange juice and a half an ounce of lemon juice for sure out of our squeeze and drop for those two. I'm going to leave my egg whites until the very end. We're going to get all of our alcohol and everything else in here right when we're about to shake this up. I'll add the egg whites because I don't want them to have that chemical curing or cooking too soon. I don't want them to be chunky. I want to be able to start shaking, doing the dry shake first right away, and then the wet shake as soon as I get that, so that the emulsification process happens while it's curing. One thing I just remembered is I wanted to dash a Marocchio over the top, so I'm going to bar spoon it since I didn't put it in a dasher bottle.
That's at the very end, right?
Right. John, I think it's time for me to try and get a dasher bottle or two like yours. Especially for that, like this kind of art. This, like, mango art.
I'm going to do the bar spoon as well, but I feel you. Yeah.
You are? Okay. I didn't know.
That's how I made it before, and it's fine, but a dasher would be preferred. Yeah.
Yeah, we can put a couple streaks across it and kind of play it through.
Right.
Ooh, thank you. I didn't. You know, one thing I didn't get. I didn't get a Sandy bucket to get, or a towel for myself like I normally have.
Oh my gosh, your bar is a mess.
I know. I'm normally. Oh, you wish you could see this, all of it right now. It's terrible. All right, so let's go. Next up, let's get our Koki VDT in there, our vermouth. I'm gonna grab that out of the fridge now. My turn to go. Hear it on both sides, right? Let's see, where is...
So any sweet vermouth will do, but Koki in particular here?
Koki in particular here, I think this one's going to be... So, any sweet vermouth will do. I think Koki here in particular, and you seem to certify this for me, but we're going to shake this up and we're going to aromatize this even more, we're going to emulsify this with egg whites, which is going to soften the flavor. That's also why we added the lemon juice, because we want that strong enough bitter flavor to come through. So the Koki Vitorino or Daytorino happens to have, John, this is why you love it. It has, oh, sorry, Daytorino. That's why you love it, because it has so much vanilla, so much richness, so much sweetness to it.
Yeah.
So when you're shaking something, go for a little bit bolder flavors. especially when you're using egg whites.
Right.
Those are going to tone down the flavors that you're already working with anyway. Don't be afraid of that.
Makes
You
sense.
want to taste that. So, like we were saying, we're going to do Koki first, and we're going to do 3/4 of an ounce. So up to our line on our jigger, or 1 ounce side of our jigger. Right in. And then we're going to do
Campari.
1 ounce of Campari. And now you said you did Aria for this one, right?
Yes. Stick with Aria tonight.
And we're going to go 1.25. So I'm going to do a 1/2 ounce on my 1 ounce side. And then I'm going to go 3/4 of an ounce to get to 1.25. Loriander, what's up? New location. Do you like it? Thank you for coming in. Took me a minute. Claimed your previous location was a place you lived in. Is that what it said?
Yeah. But we moved.
Yes. Keep moving. Always refrigerate your
I
vermouths.
wonder-
That's right. That's why they're in the fridge. Sorry,
Miranda,
John.
what was the topic of the other streamer? Did they do cooking or bartending in that space?
Wait.
Oh, someone else I watch. I got it.
Claimed your previous location was a place that he lived in? Wait, what?
Oh, that could be.
This other streamer.
Maybe they live by us.
Live where we lived?
This
Or lived
this imposter.
Oh my goodness.
No, I'm curious what they did. Were they a competitor?
Right? Or they were like a gamer who lived in the same although those apartments have been like
He said cocktails.
what?
He said cocktails too.
Oh,
Wait, what?
That seems eerie.
that does
is a
seem
little
eerie. Woo! Who is it? So we can watch.
Yeah.
I'm tired of not having any good ideas. Did I?
Okay, so the last-
Yeah, I did.
Last step is egg white. Yes.
Egg white. Here we go. You ready? And then we're gonna dry
Oh,
shake. No ice yet.
I got to separate an egg white. Using your old technique.
Nice. Get those fingers ready.
Yeah.
You gotta sing.
Let's do this the right way.
Yep. In fact, you're a little ahead because we didn't get the egg white in.
My dress was out.
Well done.
He recommended your stream. He watched it.
Like his last location kitchen. I believe
I
that.
believe that. It's like a...
That has been a replicated. There's a company out there that we've seen that same kitchen in at least like 4 different apartment places in our location. So I'm sure that they're nationwide on our side of the pond. Was it over here, Loriander, or was it on your side of the Atlantic? Ooh, I was ready. How'd it work, John? Any yolks?
I did it perfect.
Well done, sir. Nice. All right. Well, then for sure, there's a company around here making tons of money off those apartments.
Those kitchens. And,
Yeah, those kitchens. Well, whirlpools about those kitchens, but it's funny. Even my daughter was like, we drove by someplace. She was like, "Hey, that's our apartment complex," and it was like
We were in like another...
a different city, yeah, a totally different city. All right, John, you got it in? You putting it in now?
Yes, I just added it.
All right.
0.75 exactly.
Point
Thanks for showing me that the egg yolk or the egg white through the hand technique.
My pleasure. Really is the cleanest. You're gonna wash your hands really well right afterwards anyway, right? Better than separating them using your shell because the shell hides the salmonella. It's actually in just the 3rd layer down or the 2nd layer down.
Right, a lot of people do the between the shells, right? Or bartenders do between the shells. So yeah, thanks for teaching me that.
My pleasure. I'm happy to
Okay,
make
so you're
my
doing
health
it
department happy too.
Ooh.
Yep, we're doing a dry shake, so
All
make
right.
sure you just keep beating that up. You can feel it whipped in there, John. It changes. It's never going to feel like whipped cream. And remember, too, that you have a little bit more oil that's going to be added because of the peels that we put in for these Regal shakes that we're doing with this. So it's never going to feel totally whipped, but keep shaking it. Get some nice air in there. You can definitely feel it when it's going to be ready. And everybody, you can see I'm right where I need to be. Wow, I can smell it from here. That's fantastic. And I'm excited. One more reason that I like for any egg white cocktails, one of the reasons we're using a little bit of Amaro Chiacharo, or I'll put Angostura over the top, or another bitters. I like having a different smell, a complementary smell, just like we do with like orange oil or a peel. But I like having something even more distinct that isn't going to be an oil base, because the oil is going to dissipate your foam. And a little more distinction like the bitters, so that you're smelling that rather than the egg whites, which can smell great at sometimes and also smell not awesome at other times. And I don't want that kind of olfactory trick hitting you right before you have a taste of something that tastes great. You don't want to smell like some weird, benign, neutral egg whites smell.
Wait, are you explaining why the Chiarcharo?
Yeah, and why we end up doing that for all drinks with all drinks that I make with egg whites. I do that for whiskey sours. That's why
Yeah,
we
like whiskey sour, you do drops of Angostura. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, we'll do Ango and a cherry or something. Like, there's always something. And if we were to do express of an orange peel, and anybody can try this out there, the oils on that will dissipate any sort of foam from the top down. They'll cut right through it and kind of pop all those bubbles. So we don't necessarily want to introduce that kind. And it's not always going to be strong enough with those spices that are going to come through. All right, so we're going to add ice, and now we're going to do a wet shake for this for another 30 seconds at least. Get this nice and cool down before we pour it in our glass. I'm going to go over here. Can't wait to have that door moved over there. Just open the refrigerator right into the tap. Oh, you go. Everybody, you'll feel on the outside the frost on your can. Woo! If you do that, then you'll spill like me. I want to double strain this one, especially because we used wedges and not pre-strained juice or fresh juice that we already pre-strained. So grab your double strainer. And you're going to want to pour this a little bit higher than your double strainer. Reason being is that foam's going to clog up. So I want you to, this one here. So I want you to pour a little bit higher, and that's going to kind of force the foam through a little bit better. At gravity, it works. What was the old, there was like a scientific way I realized that they found out, it was a study that was done about how to get stains, I think specifically different stains out of clothes, and hot water from a height worked better than any other chemical that they sold out there. It's a study done like 15 years ago, I believe. Yeah, right? Like, so I take certain nerdy things like that into account when I don't want my double strainer to get overflowed, and then you're tapping it to try and get everything to go through while everything else gets over diluted. If I do it from a little bit higher up, it kind of forces, and you'll see it in your strainer, you'll see it kind of turn over, and it processes everything a lot faster.
Talking about the salmonella on the outside of the egg thing, the shell. You can like drop it in boiling water. I think it has to be in boiling water for a certain amount of time, though. It has to be more than a second.
Oh yeah, maybe like 6 seconds or something
And
like
then,
that.
and then they're right, like it's usually on the outside of the egg, more likely than the inside of the egg, but it can
Right.
be on the inside. The only way to get rid of salmonella on the inside is to boil it.
Cooked all the way through.
Yeah.
We're always taking a little bit of a chance. If you don't want to take the chance and you're not allergic to it, try aquafaba. You know, you've heard me talk about how much I like that and why I think it's such a great substitute. And I think sometimes has better flavor when it comes to particular cocktails you're going to have. Maybe that there's a little bit of sea salt in the aquafaba that I usually use. I think that helps accentuate flavors. But yeah, I'm with you. And it's interesting too because sometimes we have refrigerated eggs and other parts of the world have unrefrigerated eggs to try and stop that process.
Yeah.
That's the funniest part. Is that's as far as to tag onto Loriander, when you get them warmer, or it's the transition.
They have antibacterial properties is when they come out and before you refrigerate them.
Right.
Yeah.
Or you have to refrigerate them and keep them refrigerated, or you can never refrigerate
Yeah,
them.
exactly.
Yeah.
Tartarts. Have you used magic erasers? We just had white countertops, and it was like the only thing that got both Campari stains and Kool-Aid stains and anything else stains.
Oh my gosh, I'm working on a song called Campari Stains.
Yeah. Ango stains are shit for white countertops too.
Angostura stains too.
But friggin' magic erasers, and don't get magic erasers from.
I mean, they work, but
You can
they're
get,
not
like-
as good. You can get like a 40 pack from Amazon that are not the brand.
that aren't the Arm & Hammer or whatever the
Mr. Clean.
Mr. Clean brand of magic erasers. They just make like the same polymer sponges that you can buy like generically. They're so much
Yeah,
cheaper
and they actually are. They break apart. They don't break us apart as much.
the same way. Yeah, they're like better. Thank you to somebody who I don't know who on the internet I saw that from, but I appreciate you. All right, John, let's garnish.
Bar spoon of Chiarro
Where the hell did I put it?
across the top.
Ew. Yep.
Half a bar spoon.
Well, I don't know actually. Let's see how much we got once we start getting it out here. I think a full bar spoon probably wouldn't be too much because it's not like we can dash it on there. And it won't hurt that great orangey smell. One more. And then, I had a couple drips. Can you see it from there?
Yeah, kind of.
Nice. You know, John, if I really like to nerd out, and if anybody has a dasher that they're doing dashes across, grab I was going to say a skewer, but I don't think I have any, do I? Or the tip of your knife. And just kind of...
If you don't have Chiarro, will another Amaro do, or will Angostura work?
Angostura will work. I picked this one because it has a great orange blossom smell to it. A little bit of orange blossom in it and a little bit orangierness. So I thought it would really, really fit the flavors that you're trying to get without adding cinnamon like Ango would.
Yeah. Yeah, at first I didn't get it why you put it on there when I tried it. But it did, it definitely fits the flavor profile and like you said, helps with the egg white.
Yeah, I can smell that orange blossom, that bittery orange blossom richness right when I put it up to my face. Are you ready to taste this?
Yes.
Ooh.
Cheers to the shaken Negroni.
Cheers to the shaken Negroni.
Thanks.
My pleasure. Wow, that's still dry. Now I know what you're talking about. It's still got a great dry finish even with all that.
Yeah, super dry, bitter.
This is one that you just randomly came up with.
Mm-hmm.
I was like,
Yeah. John was talking about the fact that Emily had liked them so much and had such a... And we were talking about reverse engineering it, and I said, well, why don't you try this and tell me how it works? And he said that they both loved it. And I like it too. I really like the Amaro Chiarro on top, in fact.
Yeah.
It's reminiscent of a lemon peel, like lemon oil that I would spray on it. As opposed to orange, where it gives me like a little more bitter beginning. Here, you want to try?
thank you.
Wow. I'm digging it.
Negroni but creamy.
Yeah. And I wouldn't say Ango. If anybody has Peychaud's, do a Peychaud's if you don't have Marachio. I think
That's
Ango
really
would be would take away from what it is completely. This is like a great, almost like a Negroni punch.
Yeah.
And I really like how creamy it is. Wow. This is a thing. Shaken
Is
Negroni.
the thing. The shaken Negroni. I mean,
Thanks.
and to reiterate something that I said earlier, that when I saw this drink, just visually, I expected a tart and a sour and a sweet drink, like a whiskey sour with egg white, and I sip it and I really get very little sweetness.
Mm-hmm.
And at first I thought something was wrong, and then I realized no, this is truly a Negroni in shaken form. No compromises.
Yeah, it's still true to all the. Man. Yeah, sweeter it'd get clawing for me.
Yeah.
Like I really enjoy the finish. And the softness of the egg whites. That's the other part that worried me about it and I'm happy that that's like benign within it. It is just a creaminess. It's not a softener. I really like that I taste that orange and Campari right at the end. It is. It's that like that's what you're supposed to be tasting. The gin's almost a secondary or the third note to the whole thing. I'll take this one with me.
So Tartarts has some notes on the garnish, but Tartarts, how was the drink overall?
Sorry.
And Billy, I'll let you weigh in on the garnish there.
Yeah, I was gonna say that makes perfect sense once she added that the Peychaud's adds a little bit different tang to it because you have this brown sugary sweetness from the Averna that's taking you to a different place. Yeah, you can.
The joy of shaking Negronis at home.
That's right. You are worthy of making your own good drinks and making them for yourself. I can't talk, but good thing I'm worthy of making good drinks too. I got that.
It's like how cows have 4 stomachs, or is that right? Did I make that up?
Yeah. No, you didn't make that up. I've heard that.
Fun biology fact. It's like Billy has 2 brains: the bartending brain and then the everything else brain.
Oh,
Right.
If that were only the case, I'm pretty sure Billy's got 20 brains, and they're all competing for ownership.
Attention.
No, what I mean is that like no matter how drained he is in something else, he can still, make a tasty drink like this.
Oh, thanks.
That's
You're
true.
awesome.
All right, that part's true.
I do like. It does make me feel good when I feel like when deep down I feel like I'm out of a lot of practice or a familiar practice. That it was a nice win. I appreciate it. Now that I taste it, I'm even more excited.
So cows have 1 stomach,
Oh.
but it has 4 distinct compartments made up of, I don't know what these things are. Rumen, reticulum, omasum, abomacum. It is very different than a human subject. That's why people often say cows have 4 stomachs.
Got it.
Oh, so now you know. They have 4 compartments in their stomach.
Not
Similar to the
stomachs.
compartments in your brain.
Right. Oh my God. You're right. Hey, tarts from your lips to God's ears. Yeah, I hope John and I hope our livers have 4 lives at least.
Word.
Or maybe they're cats. 9 lives. That'd be even better.
4 shared livers? I don't know about sharing.
I need them back, John. I got a big
You
weekend.
can loan them out.
Right?
I'm going to use all the livers this weekend.
But I reserved them. It's Burning Man. No, I'm just playing.
Or I just start drinking and I don't tell you.
You what?
I start drinking heavily and I don't tell you, and you just Man, why am I feeling so shitty all of a sudden?
I feel like I can't even have a drink and like get through it. What's up, Lucifer? What is that? Is that cows?
Cow.
It is a cow. Cows. Did anybody ever do that to you when you were about to sneeze, John? I think I did that to Bree for the first time. She was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
I did not, because I learned that in school.
But it worked.
No.
I don't know that one. What is it?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, you go.
Nope, you go.
If you're about to sneeze, you just say cows. Like if you have a sneeze that like won't come out, you just say cows and then it like goes away.
Cows.
Oh, see, I didn't even think you were supposed to say it. I thought somebody else says cows,
No,
and
you're
it
supposed to
like
say
distracts you enough that you're like, wait, what? Oh, and it
Like someone saying-
startles your.
I thought like you said it and then it like distracted you.
No, the idea was that I would say it.
Like
to you.
someone
You'd be
else
like,
saying boo to.
boobs. Yeah,
Oops.
No.
is that what you said?
No, it's someone else saying boo to get rid of your hiccups.
Yes, very much so. You happen
You thought someone else say it, but
you happen to echo. Sometimes you've been echoing in and out for Bree and I, and right then you happen to echo. So it did boo boo right at the same exact time. Yeah, boobs. I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
I randomly say boobs. So
Well,
lots
yeah,
of
that's
people
true.
feel
So
like-
if anybody randomly yelled out boobs at me, I'd stop and be, huh? So that might
your
stop
hiccups would
me.
be over very quickly.
Yeah, exactly. It would do the trick. Hi.
I'll have to remember that one.
Yeah, I think it works sometimes. It was just a childish thing I
See, I
did
remember
with
in
people,
school would
but
tell you to like look at the lights too. Did you ever hear that?
So
When
everybody
you're about
thinks
to
I'm little.
sneeze, like stare at the lights.
yeah. No, I haven't heard that one. Stare at the lights. No. Did they right as they
Your
like
eyes just water.
stare at your head,
And then they
right as they
push you
slap
over.
you in the face? Did it work? You know, there's no hiccups anymore.
That was just my dad.
Oh man, that was delicious.
Oh, that's yummy.
Is yours already gone, John?
Yeah, mine's already gone.
Well, we're rolling through it. We're
Yeah.
doing well then.
And I want to say one more thing. On that final sip where I got all the foam at the very bottom, and I kind of, that was the taste of the Amaro Chiocharo, no longer the smelling the Amaro Chiocharo. Oh, that tasted good. Made me wonder if there's like a shaken Negroni variation with Amaro Chiocharo out there.
God, now we gotta try it.
Yeah.
Or maybe
We've done a Negroni variation. Now we need a shaken Negroni variation. Variations upon variations.
And what if we took it to a whole nother level with the Amaro Chiocharo and did like Aperol or I don't know, even Cointreau and something else. Then like up the I don't know. Although I wouldn't want it to be too much sweeter, and I feel like Cointreau would add so much sweetness to it. All right.
Might be good for me though.
That's true. Well, we should try
It's,
it for you.
Do you want to stay true? Is your taste preference keep it dry and bitter? Do you want to stay true to the spirit of Negroni?
Right.
If not, maybe some Cointreau is warranted.
Well, and I'm just happy that I haven't defaulted to it as much as I like sweet so much. I'm happy that was a drier. I like bitters,
Yeah.
but I really do end up making, you know what I mean? Sometimes I lay on the sweet. Less than the last 3 years maybe. But before that I was a heavy sweet cocktail maker.
I'm the sweet here.
You are the sweet here. I was Breeze
you can't take
Breeze
this from
gave me
me.
that side eye, but I distinctly remember people being like, "Man, you always make sweet stuff," and I did for a long time. That was a good comfort zone for me. It's hard to have good balance with dry and bitter sometimes, I think.
I feel like you definitely have become more balanced, but I don't think you were ever heavily sweet. But yeah, I hear you.
I've always been bitter. That's true.
No.
Ever since you.
So,
All right.
What's next?
What's next? We gotta have dessert. We get smoky. We get a little bit of campfire. We get a little bit of caramel. We get orange. We gotta thank Mr. Tim Wilkins for this one, hooking us up. I'll get these put away. Remember everybody. Thank you, Loriander, for the reminder. But get your vermouth in the fridge. Don't leave that out ever. Don't ever leave any of your wines out. Put them in the fridge.
Once opened.
They got grapes in them, and they're gonna go bad. Put 'em in the fridge. See? Those songs, they will come back to you and they will help you. You'll be like, thank you, Thirsty Therapy, for the Put 'em in the Fridge song. And then just gouging their ears out with a pencil. I've just been hearing "put it in the fridge" over and over again, that son of a bitch. All right, so we're gonna
therapy earworms.
Right. We're gonna do another stirred one. So I'm gonna do a big 20-ounce pint. John, you're gonna use your Yari, and
yes.
And I'm gonna repeat this. The reason we're specifically not shaking this is that, thank you, Tarts. I agree. The album will be coming soon, and it will be a hit for sure. I don't want to shake this one because I don't want to get that. So some Scotch, and we'll say like some of our smokiest Scotch, Arberg, Lefroy, things like that are really Magnus, the things that are really, really smoky. I don't want to shake those because it's going to break it up and make those peat and smoke a little more aromatic. And with that being said, sometimes it gets to be a little bit like Band-Aids, kind of this fake plasticky kind of taste.
I love the Band-Aids.
That people,
I love Band-Aids.
Right. Thank you, my lord. But at the same time, we want the delicateness kind of put back into that. We don't want this homogenized. And when you don't have the distinct flavors to appreciate, it tends to be this just brown note or almost tan note. How about that? Not a brown note.
Sorry, I'm gonna die.
Thanks,
Also,
South Park.
Also,
I always tease about the brown note.
Our
Yeah.
12-year-old's dying in the kitchen as well for that.
Right. All right, so let's go ahead and let's start with. They're all about the same as far as our vermouth or as far as our values go. So we're going to start with the most unique ingredient to this, and we're going to start with the mezcal for this one, okay? Because we're talking about its aromatics. Now, Union Mezcal is usually my go-to, and I want this one to be nice and caramely, so I'm going to stick with that. John, are you using Union? Are you using Sombra? What are you using today?
Sombra. That's the only mezcal I have.
Okay.
Which we got for the PDT episode. I like it. It's on the smokier side of these sort of entry-level mezcals.
It is. It really is. It's funny. And then we have the Vita. I got Vita back here too that I was like trying to debate, which is even smokier than the Sombra. Even they're all. Oh no, Espadin and Delegate. But yeah, all right, let's go with each one of those and we'll see how we like them. So I'm gonna go 1 ounce of the mezcal. And if I remember correctly, I think Tim used to use Espadrin.
Espadrin mezcal?
Yeah, is that right? I believe it has
I don't know that one.
agave. It's got an agave plant on the front of it. Similar bottle to Union. We used to have it at a Furi. It used to be a much cheaper mezcal. So I could get a liter bottle and make it last, as far as the bar program goes, to make it a little more affordable. Now it's the same price and the same size bottle as all the rest. Which, John, have you heard? Tequila's been kind of hard to get your hands on too lately.
Yeah, here in Oregon. I keep looking out for Mama Juice.
Yeah, right?
In large quantities at the liquor store, and I'm not seeing it.
It's never around. Yeah, that Espolón Reposado that we like so much. I have
Yeah,
not
Reposado.
seen handles in months. All right, so next up, we're going to get our bittering agent instead of Campari. We're going to use Aperol, which is much sweeter and much less bitter than Campari. A little more orange notes to it. Yep. Espadin. Espadin Mezcal. Thank you. And I was mixing it up with the Espolón tequila. I think. Something. All right, and then John, I told you I was gonna get Carpano Antica, and I lied. So I'm gonna do a hack. So anybody out there that doesn't have it and has 2 other kind of vermouths, we're gonna make that work.
So this can work with any sweet vermouth?
Well, Not if you ask the person who made it. Person who made it intended it to be Carpano Antica. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a hack that's going to get us a flavor more similar to Carpano Antica with the products that I have. So Koki VDT that John and I just used a few minutes ago is much more rich, higher in vanilla, higher in tannins, a little more chocolatiness than and richness than the Carpano Antica. It's a little bit lighter. Martini and Rossi on the extremely light side from Carpano Antica. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a mix of both to kind of get us where we need to be. So I'm going to go, since we're going to do a full ounce of Carpano Antica, I'm going to go 3/4 of an ounce of this Martini and Rossi. And then I'm going to go finish that ounce out with 1/4 of an ounce of the Koki VDT. And that should be pretty comparable to the same flavors that John's working with the true Carpano Antica. That Tim intended this to have in it.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of Koki VDT that you got on the shelf there, that you got on the bar top there. For this drink, though, I think I would rather... I like this hack that you're doing, but I think if I didn't have the option of the split, I would prefer Martini Rossi. There's something like you don't want the Aperol and the smoky mezcal to be overwhelmed by the sweet vermouth component. I've tried it, even though I like that in so many other drinks, it just works better what you're doing.
Thanks. Yeah, it's fun. Isn't it funny how that works out sometimes? John, you and I have talked about it several times. I know I've said it on the streams before. You can get to a point where you've added more flavor to a cocktail and more flavor components to a dish, even if you're cooking, and they tend to negate each other, and it comes out that tan note, kind of like we were just talking about. All of a sudden, you're like, "Am I tasting khaki? Like this isn't." But I put all these spices in here, and it just tastes like khaki.
Yeah.
And it's funny how it can go to, you just put one new flavor component in, and that's too many, and kind of takes out everything else that was special about the rest. So, good thing
but I also say this to reassure people: if you don't have Carpano, I got this special this half bottle special just for this show. It is expensive. If you have Martini Rossi or Dolan at home, that's fine.
Yeah. And if you have
that might be better than Koki.
Right. And if you have a Costco membership, get your Carpano Antica there because it's the cheapest you can get it. I think it's like $22 for a full-size bottle. Did you pay $16 for your little one?
No, it was $22 for this little one.
No way, really? Shit.
Yeah. I can't believe it's the same price for a full one at Costco. I gotta get over there.
Yeah, it's worth it. You got a membership?
I don't.
I'll get some for you. We'll go before our
membership.
Yeah,
I'll spot you. Please hit me up next. Hit me with. I just tried it. As much as I like Koki VDT, I just had another sip of this, the Carpano Antica. Mm-hmm. It is pretty good. It is pretty good. Pretty tasty.
Yeah, and if you can get it for that price, where Koki VDT is $35 a bottle. It's not. It is a nice in between those two, the Martini and Rossi or Dolan, and that flavor. It's funny. The first time I ever gave Brie Carpano Antica, I gave it to her by itself because I was just tasting it, and she was like, "Why do we have to put this in a cocktail? Why can't we just drink it? It's delicious." And it was years ago, but it is. We appreciate the flavors of sweet vermouth. Now we like having all different kinds. Yeah, it's got a good one. It's a great gateway, too, for anybody who normally just does Dolan or what's the other... it's one I tended to not like, but I always had around. I was going to say Puta Mess, but everybody knows I love that. Let's get some ice in this drink while I think. Oh, man, I used to have it at Bamboo Sushi. I can't remember what it was. The vermouth that I always had. Oh, Noli Pratt. Like, some cheaper ones. Anywhere from, this is $8 a bottle to Noli Pratt's $12 a bottle, all the way up to $35 a bottle. And their complexity grows usually with the price. There's more to it. There's been more done to it to get you there. All right, so start getting your stir on. And you know what? If that's a pain in the ass for you, I love doing this. It's funny, now they're making double ciders like they do in Europe, but I love using my weighted side to stir. Takes so much pressure off my wrists. Gives me a little bit, and I get a better stir with it. This is what I do when I'm doing double stirs. I'll put 2 spoons together and just use the weighted side. Look at that. Like nothing. Do you smell that, John? We're there.
Oh. Something about the combination of mezcal and Aperol.
Yeah. Let's see. What should we do? Do a regular bucket? Nothing crazy? Oh, I should have ran a little water under that one. You gotta prep these things better, John. I got Uniebi, by the way. Thank you for this mold right here. Got that sphere mold working. Trying to melt the one side so it pops out.
Did you say sphere?
No, I said sphere.
I heard spear.
Me too.
So I've got a special mold.
Myself.
I've got a special mold today as well.
Ooh,
What do
Anybody
you got?
can see it's got the Overwatch logo there.
Wow.
This is a gift from Kinderlift. The ice sort of I've made it before and it turned out fine. Oh, this time it must have tipped over and it cracked. But anyway, it's a mold of the robot Snowball from the game Overwatch.
Nice. Thank you, Kinderlift.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Hooking it up again.
Hold on, I gotta make sure.
Hooking us up constantly.
Man, he's good.
It'll be a little hard to see. Oh my gosh, I might need a bigger.
I lost my other strainer. I don't know what I did with it.
Alright,
Oh, there it is.
Can we see it?
It's I don't have something large enough to fit it. Here's the mold. Here's the mold, by the way.
Okay. Aww.
That's Snowball Maze Robot.
I love it.
Hold on, let me stir this down so I can fit it in the glass.
Give it a little stir.
Oh, there we go. It's coming along. Okay, I think we're gonna believe it. I don't think Kinderlip is in the house, but it's okay. I sent him the photos.
Nice.
Oh, such a large cube. The liquid comes right up to the edge.
You know, when I was working at Raven and Rose, John, they got these great little crystal glasses. However, they were all so narrow that we had to stir down all the BFCs from PDX Ice because they wouldn't.
Right. You hand cut them.
You what?
Did you cut them by hand, or they delivered them cubed?
No, they delivered them cubed. In fact, yeah, PDX
Okay.
Ice has a lot of great stuff. In fact, I'm hoping we can use them for this launch party on the 30th. I think it'd be great.
Oh yeah.
And they used to deliver them. So they have 3x3 inch BFCs, and they're crystal clear because they do that amazing job. They have that system that they do where they kind of flow the ice like it flows on a river to kind of freeze it. It's a lot of commitment, but they have a beautiful product. So yeah, we just have to basically stir them down just enough, stir them for about 10 to 25 seconds. And then it'd fall right in and be the perfect size, nice and tight, and everything it should be. All right, you ready?
An orange peel on this one, yeah?
Orange peel, yep. I went ahead and put one in already because I trimmed it, and then I'm going to express with the second one because I spared a few when we were cutting our wedges off. What do you think? Cheers.
Okay.
Man, I'm excited for this one. It's a great dessert. Great way to end the night.
Hold on.
Get the
Oh.
transition.
No.
Hold on. Transition. There we go.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Mmm.
Oh yeah.
Uniebi
Oh, yeah.
launch party.
Oh yeah.
Launch party on the 30th, Uniebi. I've been hired to be the bartender for Ransom. They're launching a new bourbon, so I will be hosting and bartending that party, along with creating some signature cocktails and some signature mocktails for the party. To kind of, Ransom has been an amazing distillery that has held its own for a long time. I knew it before I even knew about it before I even moved to. Thank you so much, Luciv. I'm so excited. I knew about Ransom before I ever even moved to Oregon. John, you did too.
Yeah, same. They're the only Old Tom Gin game in town. Yeah.
Sorry, I caught a fly. My bad. Bree's laughing at me over here. I can't not address it when there's a little fruit fly and I had to catch it.
So you got your little carnivorous friends there.
Yeah, we got a carnivorous. We got plants. They're working. They'll start working their magic. John, what do you think? This thing is fucking delicious. Are you happy with it as
Oh
well?
my god, it's so good. And I
Thank
made
you,
this several
Tim.
times at home. Yeah, thanks, Tim. I've made this several times at home, but this time the best time I ever had it was at the Botanist, a bar here rooftop bar now in Portland, and I gave them the specs. I said, hey, could I do a Negroni, but instead of Campari, use Aperol, and instead of gin, use Mezcal. And they're like, well, hold on, I don't know if they stopped me and said that's not a Negroni, but they weren't expecting that, that customization. And I don't know what they used for sweet vermouth, but when it came back, it was better than any I'd ever had. I'm like, they must have, used and Carpano Antica in this, because this is better than me with the Koki at home. I thought Koki was the way. No, this is so sublime.
Right, John, you just hit it on the head, that nail on the head, though. You thought Koki was the way. Just like there's no one vermouth, there's no one gin, there's no one bittering agent, there's
Right.
no one, sweet. We got, just like our cocktail earlier, we got sweet viscosity. Kinderliff! What's up? We got sweet viscosity from that Bergamonto. That you wouldn't expect, that still fit what we needed it to. So yeah, I love how much we're able to see, and what sometimes you don't want that vermouth to overpower. Sometimes you want I want to taste the mezcal. I want the orange to come through. But you wouldn't know unless you tried it. That's why everybody's got to give some other things a shot. Sorry, one more.
Super
Speaking
good.
of shot.
Make me another one.
Yeah.
I promise I will.
Yeah. Kendra left again. Thanks for the ice. Got a Maze Snowball here.
Yeah, I hope you
What
saw
a way
that
to
part.
end.
Sorry for interrupting, John. I hope
No,
you saw
all
that
good.
part.
Just saying, what a way to end. You can watch the replay.
Right? Hey, Mr. DJ, come on the replay. Sorry. I was listening to Rihanna to get ready for tonight, so won't you turn the music up?
I need to get more video game paraphernalia on the stream, so I've got this Snowball Ice, I've got Tracer, I got some work to do.
Me too. Wait, can you see R2?
Yeah.
Oh shit, we forgot to get the battery in him.
Well, I got a battery, but yeah,
We forgot to get it in him. Next time R2 will talk to us.
yeah, we're gonna say, hey R2, get
Well,
us some ice.
Yeah, he'll talk to us on the stream and hang out. So this is a vintage R2 here. This is a 40-year-old toy.
I don't think it's 40 years old, but yeah. That was
20
alive.
years old? Oh.
He's got that classic plastic yellowing.
He does. We were like, can we magic eraser that off, you think? But then I think we take all the other paint detail off. I don't know.
He's not a mini fridge. He's like a real robot.
Yeah.
You can yell at him.
You can yell at him and he'll do stuff. He'll do command. You can be like, hey R2, command mode, dance party, and he'll have a dance party. He'll straight up and
He's been
dance
for a
around.
while.
Yeah, he's been around as long as I've been around, so.
Dang, that's a long time.
I know, right? Bree and I have been together, 19 years.
Yeah.
Well, think. Would have got started on kids, we would have been done by now. Just kidding.
We'd also be
Glad
dead
we
by
were right. Yeah, no good. Like,
Wait, we had this on the stream before. When's your anniversary?
So we started dating on my birthday, which was a couple weeks ago.
yeah.
Yeah, this month. Okay.
So we've been dating for 19 years. We've been married for 16.
Right. We got married.
Sure.
Anniversary is Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah, our anniversary was on Cinco de Mayo.
That's right. That's right. You got 555.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's your magic triple date. Cool. Cool.
Only been around so often.
Well, I'm looking forward to next October, where we'll do spooky 20 years.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
We are too. We want to do something amazing.
It'll be our 42nd birthdays too, which is like meaning a life birthday. So we got
42.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know what, but we figure it's got to be big next year.
Yeah.
Something big. Let's hope there's not another pandemic.
Or we're still in this one.
Right, or we're still in this one. Good point. Touche.
Zeta virus. Zeta virus.
I don't know. I'm kind of sick of this pandemic. I could go for a new one.
Right.
I'm like, we just gotta
Let's switch it up.
Still. Add one in. 2 pandemics at once.
We'll get through it. I'll have 3 teeth left by the end. Good old Chomper here.
Saw a car on the street.
I
That's
know.
a novel thing.
It is.
So going back to the chat, Billy, you're good with the video game or nerd paraphernalia, Star Wars. Kinderlift asks, R2D2 a mini fridge?
No.
No. He's just a robot.
He's just a real robot. He drives forward and backwards, no mini fridge. He's got, I will say though that you can command him to bring you a beer.
Yeah.
With this little hand here. Let's give him a little, let's give him one of Bree's favorite wines.
Oh, my camping wine.
Camping or any other partner in crime wine.
My lonely
Look
wine.
at, so you could command him to go to the kitchen and somebody
he
could
won't
put.
go though. He's obstinate. I've tried.
Maybe you're just not talking to him right.
Maybe not.
And he can't.
R2D2.
Right.
Mama needs mama juice.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn you R4, whatever your name is, just bring it to me. Yeah, it's weird. He doesn't listen. So and then you can command him to come back. There's a bunch of. No, he didn't have a remote. But you can command call out commands, like move forward 4 spaces, left 4, up, right, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I've been impressed. And dance mode,
The
that
battery's
dance
right
party.
there if you want to. I don't have a thing though.
Here, where?
Right up by your foot. So like you just stepped on the bag.
Oh. Thanks for being patient.
You're
Okay,
good.
John, we're here. We're gonna make him happy.
Surgery on.
Oh wait, do I have a screwdriver?
Yeah, probably right there on the floor. Oh, right there. Billy on the table over here.
Oop, there it is. All right, everybody. Do we have a blanket to cover up his parts when I open him up?
He'll be okay.
Poor thing. Here, you want to open those? BB-8 got nothing on R2. I agree with that. Although that cool magnetic head is pretty much the shit on BB-8.
Yeah.
Although it does fly off, and R2 has boosters.
And R2 literally is
The longest running hero in all the
well, I mean,
canon.
nothing would have happened without R2. He was the keeper of all the knowledge passed on.
Can you imagine if C-3PO John was supposed to be the one who figured it all out?
There's a reason why they wiped his memory.
Yeah, R2's what's up.
All right. Speaking of,
Oh, man, watch that kind of work.
I know. Watch it. Won't. It has been a minute.
Oh, shut up. Maybe the batteries were bad. Here, replace the batteries that Zoe put in there.
Did she finish all of them? Zoe put this together earlier today when I was
You know,
getting
check.
dressed. Maybe it's missing.
What'd be funny is if we got more viewers in this moment than ever.
Oh, we probably would. Just for
I look
Oh my
like-
god, I saw the inside of R2 on YouTube one time. It was sick.
Yeah.
This guy had his hands
There
all
were a bunch
up
of
in him.
There were a bunch of bottles in the background. I didn't know what they were.
Yeah.
Oh, does he like? Is there any
Oh, I
other
see it.
corrosion?
I see it. One battery's backwards.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
But we'll put all new
He said, I
batteries
look away for 1 minute and R2's having a very personal exam.
in. Yes. I told him to cough and then not clench. It won't hurt so bad.
Sure you're done with cough.
Oh!
Oh, there he goes.
That's what it was. Welcome back, R2. Alright. Thank you all for being here.
Thanks for sticking with us. We're out of drinks, right?
We are out of drinks. Thanks for sticking with us, even though we're not helping you get more drunk. Alright. That's the mute button. There we go. Hey, R2. Command mode. Dance party. Hey, R2. Dance party. Oh.
He's an ornery little sucker.
Hey, R2. Command mode. Dance party. Well, fuck you too.
He gets mouthy.
God damn it. Sometimes I know, but sometimes I just want a beer. Well, like, I know I drink
Rude.
beer too much.
How?
You sound
How
like
rude.
the kids.
He's so mouthy.
Fuck this droid. Well, yeah, your mother too. All right, well, enough of this. I can't, but there's got to be somebody watching. I know, thanks. Cute, really fucking cute. Don't. He's
Hey, you
right
keep-
here, John. I'm sorry.
He's trying to take yours.
Don't say that about him. I love that man. Anyway, John. No,
I think you're gonna have to pull the batteries on that guy.
done. He's off. Main switch gone.
Ugh.
He'll be good for next time. Otherwise, it's time out
John,
again.
will
You don't like that, do you?
Will you program him to bartend? No, we need John to program. Not the guy. How that would be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna
We'll do a
remove
trade.
command mode in favor of just bartend mode.
Perfect.
We'll trade him.
Let's
with
make him
John.
good. Let's make him good at one thing and one thing only.
Maybe he can shake some drinks. He just goes back and
I really
forth.
want him to dance. What's he doing?
I know his dance mode is really fun. Look at see, it's working. I'm just kidding. You never know. One of these times we'll get him. We'll get him to go. We could if we did him on. If we leave him on, I forgot about this. We could
Oh, yeah, then
always.
he gets like.
This is
Isn't there, like,
there's
spy
mute
mode?
right there. Oh yeah, there's lots of modes. You can make him drive around your house and
Terrorize animals.
look for terrorize animals and look. Yes, you do terrorize animals. Look for like people in your house. You know, it's a motion sensor. Yeah, I've seen you do it twice. KR2, crush that ice cube into perfect consistency. I like it! Hey R2, just do something. Well,
Hey, R2. Dance mode.
he doesn't want to play.
What about just dance?
Hey, R2. Dance. Don't make him be quiet. He's cute.
Please, that's not him quiet, is it?
Yeah. Oh, now what he doing?
Hey R2, go forward. Move forward.
He's always been like this. He's such a
Hey R2, dance mode. Oh well, see? We're done with him. Sorry, John. I'll talk
Good
to
night,
you later.
R2.
Deal with you later.
Well, that was a big waste of time.
Sorry.
Giving him a
He's
dance.
excited. He doesn't like peanut butter either. It's the worst pet ever.
He's mouthy.
Yeah, that's right. So I'm glad that sunk in. Thank you. You're right, Tarts. I'm glad that sunk in too. I'm glad you got it. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to get more consistent, and things are just going to get easier for us now with our new set and rolling forward. Thank you so much. We can't wait. Yeah, John, do you want to have anything to tell everybody as we sign off?
I don't think so, except that we have to figure out what we're going to do for 2 weeks from now, because you've got your Ransom event. You're going to be bartending at the debut of the Ransom Bourbon.
Why don't we do this, John? Why don't you come to the Ransom? Well, you're already coming to the Ransom event. Why don't you do some?
Oh yeah, I'm coming.
Do you want to film some things at the event and we can put them on the stream that night, or?
We'll definitely. I'll definitely take pictures. Definitely take some video.
Okay.
I don't want to make any promises about live streaming anything or.
Good call. Yeah.
But that would be cool though. That would be cool.
It'd be awesome. I think we'd be cleaning right at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm like, doesn't it end then?
It'll be,
no, not. Yeah. It would have to be live streaming during the event, not at 6 o'clock. Yes.
You wanna?
Well, we'll let y'all know. If you have any suggestions, let us know. If you have any, what you want to see. And tell us what you think of the new set. And how all our camera angles and everything else we want to improve. We're always putting more back into, every time you help us out and give us a tip or a donation, we're always putting it back into the show. So thanks just for being here. And we'll see you soon. John, I'll see you, really shortly, won't I? I'm sure we'll be doing something soon, right?
To get ready for Ransom at the least.
That's right. I got some mocktails I want you to taste.
Ply me with more non-alcohol.
Right.
So if y'all skipped a week and just did the next week, like if you did the 6th, that would like make you avoid Thanksgiving week. Like it would get you on like a schedule that you could do like the 6th and then the 20th. Anyways.
Ooh, that's a good idea. All right.
Yeah. We'll see you all soon, and we'll give you whenever we see you next. We'll give you updates from the Ransom event.
We will. We'll let you know how it goes. I'll be adding some content to Instagram because I want everybody to know we're going to be pairing up with Union Mezcal to make a cocktail for the Ransom event, as well as Clear Creek using their pear brandy. And there's one more. I'm looking for my favorite local Nocino, which I have. There's several that are here. So I've got to dive into that really quick because I have a Manhattan variation that I want to make for this event. So if anyone has any suggestions, shoot them out to us, thirstytherapy@gmail.com, and we'll talk to y'all soon. Thanks for being here tonight, y'all. Bye.
Cheers, y'all. Bye.
Bye.